Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Bets Gravel on this Tuesday meeting. Hope all has been well. A weekend that I think we're going to have to try and recover from. I've had a chat with Len Mayu and he said thinks he might have a couple on the poly meet that we can certainly focus on, which I look forward to doing. World Sports Betting, weighted to win. I know they're offering a double today on Sovereign Gem and I Am Invictus. They're offering 10.5 to 1 on the website, subject to change naturally, but there you'll get a bit of a stretch if you like those two horses. Straight to race one, where Thalia, whilst beaten last time out, is currently trading at 39 to 20, so almost 2 to 1 looks the horse to beat. The two horse Azyal is at trading at 23 to 20. That's the offer at this point in time. It does show up as second choice. There's not much separating the top two in as far as the market goes in the opening event. Number one, Miss in Maryland, is at 5 to 1. Number 3 on the card is trading at 6 to 1, and the 5 horse is trading at 9 to 1. Then you can get 10 to 1 and better about the balance. Let's talk morning first to you, Lenny, about Thalia. If that's the right one in terms of your buy pot and what your intentions are. I see in terms of the opening event, there's really not much to report from any of trainer comments or anything like that, but what's this favourite like and can we banker it?
Good morning, Clyde. Look, we start the day with a bit of a tricky start to the buy pot. Many are in with chances, and there's a few that are untried on the poly. So I suggest including a few in the buy pot here. Although my first choice is definitely Thalia, who disappointed last time at Scottsville, where they tried different tactics on her. They tried to drop her out and come from behind, and I don't think that suited her. So if she adopts her usual front-running tactics, I feel that the poly track may well suit her. So for me, definitely the one to beat. But as I say, never been tried on the poly, so one never knows until they've actually raced on the poly track how they're going to perform. Then the two horse Azel ran a good race last time after a disappointing penultimate run, but that was over 1600 and she probably found it a bit far for her, so she must come into it. And then all of Mist in Maryland, Belanca Viking and California Dreamer, they're all showing steady improvement, Cloud, and they must have some sort of a shout. So I've loaded up in the first leg, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 and 6 in the buy pot.
Got it, and I see we've got some bankers in there as well, so 2 bankers in Len's buy pot, cost 360. Let's get to race number 2 now, everybody. This is an open maiden, so note that it is going to be a handicap, and there'll be a few in here that have got chances. We have got a few running in the opening leg of the place accumulator, or buy pots anyway, and we'll start up by taking a look at the field and also what the story is with regards to the market, where number 6, Platinum Grey, is top of the boards. It's 13 to 10. 5, Owner of Creation, is at 13 to 5. Number 4, The Flat Cat, 11 to 4. Now that form's not too bad, I must tell you. The Flat Cat ran last time to that awesome Ticky Box, and the second horse, Skipper Zip, if I recall, came in 1. And Old Harry Rocks came out of there in 1, so that's quite strong. I'm sure they'll be expecting a big run, the MJ Oudendale team. 2, In the Red, is trading at 13 to 2. And number 7, Arimagum's Dream, is at 13 to 2. 15 to 1 about the other, number 3, Royal Scepter. And so all runners quoted. So I guess, Len, just to ask the question, I see you got a few or had a few. The Flat Cat's caught my eye. What do you like?
Well, Clyde, with due respect, this is not an overly strong maiden field. So for me, anything is possible. But my choice is for the Cape Town horse, or ex-Cape Town horse, Platinum Grey. You know, he wasn't disgraced last time after fly jumping out of the pens. He was only beaten 5 lengths on that occasion. And as long as he hasn't picked up bad habits at the gates, you know, and he gets away on terms, then he can go close. But it is his first run on the poly. That's why I have covered him. You know, I'm a bit wary when it comes to horses having the first run on the poly track. The 2 horse In the Red, he shows good pace in his races, but for some reason he spits the dummy entering the last 400 meters. And his form does look bad because he just seems to stop badly that last 400. But I think that the day that he actually gets over his issues, whatever's worrying him, he could go all the way. Because if you look back a few runs, he ran a cracking race behind Casagnoni, who ran in feature races after that. So if he can reproduce that run, he's got to come into it, you know. Then a horse like Royal Scepter, he comes back to a sprint trip, and he's been racing against some decent opposition recently. So he could spring a surprise. And as you mentioned, the Flat Cat, that's got to come into it. And the 5-horse Owner of Creation, you know, he's had many chances, but I think he's more of a place horse. So I've loaded up once again in the Bipot and PA.
Got it. Thanks, Len. Let's have a look at that. First leg, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then Len Banker's in the PA. He's bankering that horse, the one, Your Ladyship, just now. And number 6, Hoodia, looks like a PA banker. And the 3, I Am Victus, a PA banker as well. And with all those numbers, that place accumulator will cost you 240 Rand. All right, guys, let's get now to the pick 6. Time to catch this pick 6. Come on, Len. Hope you worked it out for us now. See what the plan is. Race number 3 on the card. I know Len's got a few horses that he does like throughout this exotic, so we'll take a look at that. We'll make sure that in terms of race number 3, that you get your bets on by 20 past 2, where Sovereign Gem is top of the boards. It's at 5-2. That's the 6 horse. And the 1, Your Ladyship, is 28-10. Number 4, Wedding Vow, is trading at 7-2. Number 2, Thingamabob, is at 13-2. The 5, Time in Paris, is 7-1. Number 8 on the card is trading at 9s, and the 7 horse is at 19-2. It's 10s and better, the balance. So at this point in time, if I just have a look where the strength is from a market perspective, Len, perhaps with the 1, Your Ladyship, but there might be a few. What do you think?
Well, Clyde, as you mentioned, let's try and catch a pick 6, and it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. I've gone banker in the first 2 to try and get it over with early. Your Ladyship, I think she's a really generous price at 5-1 or whatever she is. You know, at last she's cracking a good draw, Clyde, and I think that she has a very good chance of scoring her long-awaited second career win. At the weights, she should finish ahead of those others, the Dangers, Time in Paris, Sovereign Gem, Calabawana, and Wedding Vow. That's the way I see it, because at least this time she's got things in her favour, and there wasn't a lot separating them on their last few runs. As Guardian Queen, she won her maiden over the course and distance, and she does have room for more improvement, so she would be the next best. You know, if I'm going to go past Your Ladyship, then I would include all those that I mentioned. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runners. But I'm putting all my eggs in the one basket here with Your Ladyship. I think she'll go very close.
Okay, we got it. So that's where we are hanging the hat, if you like, and that's with Your Ladyship. We'll be going with the Garth Puller stable and Banker the 1. By Banker the 6 in the next leg, by all of 2, 3, 4, 6. Fourth leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The fifth leg, go 3, 4, 6, and 7. And then the last leg, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. For 80 Rand, you get 10%. Okay, to a C stakes we go now. Race number 4, first leg of the jackpot. We've got another banker for you here. We'll be shouting this horse home for you. Hoodia, that's the one to beat. Fairly solid form. Comes into the race again with a tongue tie, and we are of the view that Hoodia is the right one. Serena Moodley is going to be riding that for the stable, and that of the Andre Nell yard, currently priced up around 15-10, 29-20. The Wolf is 33-10. Number 5, Ultra Quick, 33-10. The 2 horse, Lucky Dollar, is at 5-1. 4, William of Orange, is at 11-2. And the 3, Mike's Mazarin, having its first start for the stable, is 16-1. Take out the 7, that's not running anymore, but all in the camp of Hoodie, Len.
Yes, Clyde. Look, if you look at the betting, there's not a lot between the favourite and barring the one horse at 16-1. The others are all in the betting, but I'm very strong with Hoodia in this race. He just needed his last two runs, so I think he'll be cherry ripe on Tuesday, and the 1600 will be more suited to him, and I really do think he'll take a lot of beating. Respect to Lucky Dollar, Ultra Quick, they'll both be well suited to the course and distance. But I still feel it'll be very hard to beat Hoodia.
All right, thanks, Len. Let's banker the 6 in the first leg of the jackpot. Hopefully continue with a good form by second leg 2, 3, 4, 6. Then the field, and then 3, 4, 6, 7. And that jackpot will cost 160. Okay, let's move on to race number 5. It's a C stakes. Let's run over the mile now. In this particular event, you'll know about the double from the World Sports Betting Special that lands with the source I Am Invictus. Can tell you that there is a comment from one of the trainers in this race with regards to Star of the Future, and I've got the comment from Nate Cotson, who says this horse is going to need further. But I Am Victus, a lightly raced horse, currently tops the boards at 31-20. The 4 Pied Piper, horse that's seldom out of the money, trading at 27-10. 6 Gardener's Pride, this horse trading at 11-2, might find itself in front. The two horse Trifecta is at 13-2, and the one that was Slytherin is at 7-1. 8 Star of the Future at the moment 17-2, and at 16-1 and better about the balance. Okay, Lenny, I Am Victus, I think, is the horse that you like here too, right?
Yes, Clyde. Yes, he looks to be a decent sort, having a win and 2 close seconds from his 5 runs. He was strongly supported last time out, and he was only beaten by a whisker by his stablemate after making all the running. And he could make amends for his last 2 close defeats. He's a strong front runner, but I feel the problem is he may encounter some serious pressure from Gardener's Pride, who also is a strong front runner. So hopefully the two don't get into a boxing match out in front and cut each other's throats, because then it's going to open the race for something else, coming up from behind. Perhaps something like Pied Piper or Trifecta. So I do like I Am Invictus very strongly. I just hope that, as I said, that the pace, they don't cut each other's throats here and cause an upset. So if you'll notice in my second jackpot, I did cut it down to the 2 horses because it was an 800 Rand perm and I thought it was a little bit expensive. So I've just cut it down to my top 2, which is I Am Invictus and the 6 horse Gardener's Pride.
Okay, well, let's see what Calvin Habib does here with I Am Victus in terms of the pace. Let's see how that all plays out. First leg will then go 3 and 6 by the fields by 3, 4, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Cost 40 Rand for 10%. Okay, welcome back to World Sports Betting. Waited to win, everybody. A reminder about the Equus Awards Tuesday night. That's right. That'll take place on our stream. So those who want to watch from about 7 p.m. onwards or 7:30, we look forward to honouring all of the champions of the year. Race 6 is a Class 5, that is, for the girls over the mile. And here, number 4, One Path, is top of the boards, and that's currently trading at 33-10 as we speak. Second choice is the 7 Quandra, who's at 18-5. Then you got the third choice in the market, and that is the 6 horse Ocotillo, who's priced up at 9-2 right now. So 9-2 about Ocotillo. Then you got the 8 Praise de la Rey, who is currently at 9-2 and seems to enjoy the poly. Number 2, Roy's Grace, right now trading at 7-1. And then you can get 8-1 about number 1 on the card. That was Party Girl, who I would imagine is not without a chance, is having her third run. And I see they've fitted the cheek pieces on as well from that particular draw. Party Girl. Len, what you like?
Oh, Clyde, this race has really got me guessing. It's a very tricky affair with, as you can see, I put the field in the pick six here and the jackpot. If I had to make a choice, I would go with the 8-horse Praise de la Rey. She just needed her last run, and she's back on her favoured track. She does run on the turf as well, but she seems to have a preference for the poly track. So I think she's going to run a good race despite a bit of a wide barrier draw. One path, she wasn't disgraced in stronger company last time, and she's coming back to form. Ocotillo needed her last run, and she found the 1200 too short for her last time, so she should improve over the longer trip. And then a roughie like Amphitrite, she could spring a surprise as she ran a cracker when she won her maiden on the poly, coming from an impossible position at the back to win. Although it wasn't a strong field, it looks like she just seems to love the poly track. So that's a roughie that, well, obviously I've included it because I've got the field. And actually, even the biggest roughie in the race, Echo, if you go back a few runs, she actually beat Praise de la Rey in the maidens, but was disqualified after that. So, and she's at 33-1, and the Praise de la Rey is at 9-2. So for me, very difficult. That's why I put the field.
Fair enough. So we'll use the 8-horse here, Praise de la Rey. But there are a few shrewdies in there that Len's put in. One that he's made reference to is that was Echo at any price, number 9 on the card. So it's going to pay good money. Let's hope we get it right. And to a D stakes we go now. Race number 7 on the card. This particular event is run over 1,000 metres, and it is the penultimate event of the afternoon out at the Hollywood Bets Gravel meet on the poly track. Here's a look at the field and the market, where number 4, the Champagne Mac, tops the boards and is currently priced up at 2-1. It'll be a jockey strike, if you like. Adam Mazzi's put Serena Moodley on now. The 3-horse Trafalgar Squares at 28-10. 7 Bless Me Fred is 33-10. 6 B52 is currently trading around 9-2, and number 2 Little Cracker is at 6-1. Len, I guess on just having a look at the change of rider with this horse Champagne Mac, got to give him a big winning chance. I know he's top of the boards, perhaps the right horse in the race.
Clyde, I feel it's another competitive race, but I like the chances of the old warrior Trafalgar Square. He's very consistent. He never runs a bad race. And if you look at their last run with Trafalgar Square and Champagne Mac, he now enjoys a 6.5 kilo weight advantage over Champagne Mac for something like a neck beating. So for me, he's the right one of the two. But there again, Champagne Mac hasn't run on the poly before, so he might love the surface, So quite a few have got to go in. A horse like B52, he came back to form with a bang after a stint down in PE. They fitted the blinkers to him last time, and this could just be the recipe that was needed for him. So I'll give him utmost respect. And then obviously Bless Me Fred and Little Cracker are the next two best on my list.
Yeah, it's interesting with the change of, not change of rider, but now that Serena Moodley's on, with the difference in weights, as you made reference to. And the question that you ask, I guess, is Serena Moodley's the 6 kilos. Is he, does he make it up, the deficit? That sort of switch by using a qualified jock. Well, we'll see how that plays out. Len's floating the 3 here, Trafalgar Square, and using all of 2, 4, 6 and 7 in the trifecta. All right, guys, let's get to the 8th now. This is the last one today. Get some money out of the last event from Hollywood Bets Gravel. This is for the Tuesday meeting. We're doing this on the Monday morning. So early look at the betting, give you some sort of idea as to at race time what's going on. You're reminded, of course, that we go to the Vaal on Wednesday with no racing on Thursday this week. We're at the sales. Top of the boards is number 5, Inner Bloom. It's at 3-1, joined with a 6-horse Thought Control, who's at 3-1. There's been some interest in Thought Control that Serena Moodley is riding. The 3-horse, Kawakazi, is at 9-2, 1 Lolo is at 5-1. The 4 horse Dawn Surprise is at 5-1. The 2 Mystique Rouge is at 11-2, and it's 15-1 and better at the back. Okay, Len, this is our last one today. Tell us what you like, what you think we should do.
Yeah, Clyde. Well, look, Inner Bloom has certainly taken a liking to the Polytrack since arriving in KZN, and she must have a big chance again. But there's a few runners that are closer to her at the weights this time, namely Dawn Surprise and the 6 horse Thought Control. That must be a big runner. However, I like the chances of the 1 horse Lulu. She was totally outclassed in her last 2 runs. And if you look back at her last 3 of her last 4 runs, she's run in A-class fillies races. I mean, against top fillies. Kokenhoff, Quick Step Gal twice, behind Quick Step Gal. And I do believe that those distances were too far for her. They were running, she ran over the 14s and twice over 1400 and over 1600. So apart from being outclassed, I think the distance was too far for her. And in this company, I think she's going to be a big runner. She's back in C-class. So for me, she's going to run a big race. Then you've got to respect the 2 horse Mystique Rouge. She never runs a bad race. She loves the course and distance. She's had 4 runs over the course and distance for 2 wins, a second and a third. So reasonably open, but as I say, my first choice would be Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu, got it. Thank you. Then we're going to use that as a floater, and it's currently trading around 5-1. So we'll see how that all plays out with all of 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that will cost 60 Rand. And thank you all very much for watching the World Sports Betting Weighted to Win show. Trust it was a good one for you. We're back with Daryl Marie, who will be on in studio. We'll do that on Wednesday morning, so fresh out of the morning into the afternoon's race meet. Again, no action on Thursday. We'll be at the sales, and then, of course, a full calendar on the weekend. Thanks, everybody. Stay well.